Hello, and welcome back to another episode of the Black Men Matter series on the male perspective. The podcast that's all about dispelling stereotypes and shining a light on the rich and varied experiences of Black men from all around the world. Each episode aims to broaden understanding and foster appreciation for their unique stories that often go unheard. Now, here is your host, Lana Reed, to introduce you to yet another remarkable Black man with an insightful perspective to share.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Male Perspective. I am your host, Lana Reed, and today on this day, I have the pleasure of sitting down with a gentleman by the name of 𝗵𝗫 Williams. He is the owner and operator of Impressive Travels, out here creating unforgettable travel experience for the rest of the world. And I am so looking forward to talking to him because getting on planes is one of my most favorite activities to do. But first and foremost, as I always do, sir, I take a quick moment to pause and say thank you to you for making time for me today. Time is a gift. Once we give it, we can't get it back. So I truly appreciate you setting aside this time to talk.
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
No problem. Welcome to the show. So I have a short amount of time with you today, and I got a whole bunch of stuff to ask you. So I'm gonna jump right in here. Okay. Go. So my first question is, I see that you are from Houston, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. So my first question is, how does a guy from Houston go from catching flights to being the go-to guy to showing everybody how to catch flights?
So honestly, my passion got into travel back in 2014, planning our destination wedding. Me and my wife got married in Jamaica. A lot of people have heard the story already. Just the fact that our family and friends who's never traveled before, just seeing that excitement on their faces and how much they enjoy themselves made me want to do it on a bigger scale.
Okay.
So, but my background was technically medical.
Okay. Yeah. So the family trip, right?
Yes, it was our wedding, destination wedding in Jamaica, 40 people.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on the 10 years.
All right, thank you.
Awesome. So I am a firm believer in travel. And I'm always advocating travel to everybody. I mean, I just think it opens up your mind to so many things, but I always like to get other people's perspective and opinions. So what do you think the added value is to a person's life getting out and exploring this world and seeing?
Honestly, it makes you more cultured, and also it makes you experience what you have more, especially when you travel to different third world countries and seeing how they're living compared to how we're living. It just puts you in a whole different perspective on how to appreciate things that you have.
Okay. And you've been at this for a minute now, 10 years, you say?
10 years, yes.
What has been your proudest moment in this journey so far?
Actually, it was 2024, my first experience traveling to South Africa.
Oh, how you took a group there?
No. So I was invited by the South African Tourism Board. So they wanted me to come out. They invited me out. So I did maybe like a week and a half. And then after that, I did a conference with them.
Okay, beautiful. Well, now this is my next question. One of the things that happens quite often with group trips is that you have the leader say, hey, we should all go somewhere for Christmas, right? And everybody's like, yeah, let's do it. And then like a month later, 4 people drop off. And then like a month later, 4 more people drop off. And then by the time Christmas rolls around, it's just the leader of the group going on the trip. Any tips on how to keep the whole group engaged, involved, and committed?
Honestly, so myself, I host a group trip twice a year.
Okay.
And within the last 8 years of me hosting a group trip, it's been the same people and we're starting to grow. So pretty much it's just building the excitement and actually staying on them on payments, what we're planning, and just like I constantly post. And I also know the people to invite. Like you have to know the people you're inviting. You can't count everyone's money because everyone won't have the same budget or mindset on where they want to travel. Okay. So starting off, like with me, when I first started off, it was always like Mexico. Mexico was the cheapest. It's going to be a nice resort, but it's going to be a more cost efficient resort. And as we grew as a group, I was able to get them to elevate on their experiences and get more to a luxury level on how we travel now.
Okay.
So it was just starting with everyone's budget at the time. And once we started building those experiences and they're getting to see the difference from where we started at until where we're at now, I can't take them back there. They're enjoying the butler service, the premium alcohol, and good food.
So we done did that already. What's the next thing?
Right. Yes.
So about how many people is the group?
So we're building every year. Right now we're going to Antigua in July, and I have a total of 80 people booked.
Whoa,
Yes.
bless your heart. That's what a great 80 people.
Yes.
I would lose my mind. Oh my goodness gracious. So you do this twice a year. So Antigua.
Twice a year.
Well, you mentioned a couple of things, and that brings me to my next question. Finances and money. Because like I said, I'm truly an advocate for travel. I'm constantly trying to preach to people. You need to get out there. You need to see what's beyond your neighborhood and the community that you grew up in. And so I'll be in conversations with people from time to time, and I'll say things like, you should go to Egypt, you should go to Paris, go to Rome, just go see it. And sometimes I get comments like, ain't nobody going there. Who got money for that? And I'm so crushed because people believe like it's not possible, but it really is possible. And one of the things I see is you have payment plans. So realistically, how far in advance can we plan these trips? Because I need people to go. I need people
for a full package is 10 months because flights are available 10 months in advance.
Okay.
You can start sooner with just starting with the hotel, and that's what I usually do. I typically book the hotel first. Once air comes available, go back in and modify the package. And if they've been making payments on that hotel portion, I can just automatically add the air because we have enough funds on that booking.
Okay.
But like usually, depending on where you're going, deposits start at $250 per person. That locks everything in, and you just make your payments however you like, as long as it's paid off within 45 days prior to departure.
Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad. Right. Now, another thing that happens when people do get the courage or the thought to travel, the first thing they'll do is they'll go to the internet and they'll run across these sites and they'll, like I can buy the airfare here, I can get the hotel here. What's the benefit of actually using a travel agency versus trying to piecemeal it yourself?
So one of the purposes of using a real travel agent, that's the difference. And a lot of people can't decipher between their friends and using their friends that say they can do it compared to a actual professional who does this for a living and has a passion for it. For me personally, I travel a lot. All of my clients are getting firsthand experiences that I've actually been to the property. I've toured the property. I've went to the restaurants. I know what type of liquor is at this restaurant. I know the food at this property. I know what the rooms look like. So when I book my clients' packages, I make sure it's somewhere that I would stay at. I'm not gonna what I'm booking for you is not something I saw on Expedia. It's somewhere I've actually been.
Okay.
And so it's the firsthand knowledge. It's the same thing as you want to get your hair done. You're gonna go to a beautician. You want to get your teeth clean. You're gonna go to a dentist. So you want to book a trip, go to a travel agent, someone that actually knows the destination, that can provide you with that concierge service that you might need. Because when issues happen, you can book on Expedia all day long, but when there's a problem, Expedia is not gonna help you. For example, I had a client yesterday who missed her flight, and she called me at 6 a.m. I got up, I rescheduled her transportation. I let the hotel know she was coming in the next day, and I rearranged her birthday amenities coming in. Expedia is not going to do that.
No.
Yeah.
That is beautiful. Oh, wow. So you don't sleep then, I'm assuming.
It's not always often I have those situations, but when I do have those situations, I'm available.
Okay.
And that's myself and my team. We're always available when our clients are traveling.
Beautiful. So we got somebody to talk to. Now, you actually visit. So you're traveling a lot yourself.
Yes, I travel a whole lot.
Well, okay, then I ain't mad at you. Okay, I might need to rethink my career path.
Yeah, last year I took 44 flights in 2024, 5 cruises.
Cruises are. Do you recommend cruises or actually the all-inclusive? Which one is your?
It depends on the person, and it depends on your budget. If you want to go somewhere and you want more cost efficient and want to save a few dollars, a cruise will be your best bet. You get to get your destinations in, especially if you don't have a passport and can't get a passport. A cruise will be your best option. But me personally, I prefer all-inclusive on land. and be able to get the full experience. Because with the cruises, you're going to get like maybe 6 to 7 hours in destination, depending on the cruise line, and you have to get back on to go to your next destination. But as in going to Jamaica on a cruise compared to going into Jamaica flying in is two different experiences.
True. Now, I see you've got some new roles and responsibilities coming up in 2025. You will be the diversity and inclusion team for a travel agency. And that kind of brings me to my next question. I really didn't think about it. Is the travel industry not that diverse? Well, as you can safely answer, I guess.
Not really. Especially on a luxury level. So on a luxury level, I might be the only Black person in the room compared to, I do have some Asian friends who's actually doing it, but as in the luxury level, being invited to elite conferences and things like that is not as out of 100 might be 4 or 5 of us there.
Okay. So is the travel industry difficult to get into?
No, it's not.
It's just something that we just don't explore.
Is that we don't explore, or we go the wrong route?
Got you. Okay, so we need some education classes then.
Pretty much.
That'll be your next venture, teaching us how to get into the industry. Okay. So, well, the next question I guess I would have is, because you've been at this for 10 years and you've built a successful business while being a father, while being a husband, what advice or tips would you give to an aspiring entrepreneur on how to balance the real life expectations versus chasing your dream? He's like, well, I'm not really sure if I'm doing it. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
It's hard. It is hard, especially when you're trying to be successful. For me, one of my toughest things is, as a entrepreneur and a Black small business owner, is trying to fight the stigma of an unprofessional Black business. So that's one of the issues that we do fight as Black businesses. Even though we haven't done anything, it's still that stigma that hangs over our head. So it makes we have to go harder. So trying to find a balance is hard, but it's very hard. I'm not going to lie to you. Because working a 9 to 5 for someone else compared to going being an entrepreneur for yourself is very hard to turn off.
Got you. Okay, because you can clock out the 9 to 5 and go home, and you just mentioned these people are calling you at 6 in the morning, and you got to get up and
then as a small business, you're everything. You're I'm the agent, I'm the social media person, IT, all that.
You got to be dedicated and committed to it. I love this.
Yes.
Well, a few years back, we had the whole world. We had this thing called a pandemic, right? And it affected everybody, but the travel industry especially. And I'm pretty sure you had pivots. Any of those pivots or adjustments you still apply to today in your business model?
So with COVID, it was pretty much every travel agent worked hours on hours for free with no payment because we lost everything. And just the fact of rescheduling or canceling, fighting for refunds, doing the best we can for our clients. And and then we was at the mercy of the suppliers due to the fact that a lot of people don't get travel insurance. So now since COVID, that's one of the things I do try to push, is try to educate my clients on travel insurance. It did make me implement fleet fees for myself, as in, because at one point it was like, okay, I'm booking you, and if you cancel, if you don't travel, we don't get paid. So I had to put in some fees, as in cancellation penalties that'll cover me to at least get some type of compensation from the work that I put in. So that was one of the main things, is educating our clients on travel insurance and the importance of travel insurance, because a lot of people feel that, oh, I'm not going to cancel, I'm going on this trip. But in reality, life can happen and you don't know what's around the corner. So that's one of the main things that's pushing travel insurance.
Well, explain travel insurance to me a little bit more, because I think some of us have credit cards and we feel like is it different than what's our credit cards cover?
So I'm not sure how the credit card company covers it, but like when you book, just say with United, that insurance covers pretty much everything. So it's canceled for any reason, lost, stolen, or damaged luggage, medical coverage, life flight out. God forbid if anything happened, you have a medical flight out to get back to the United States. So it's a little more protection to cover you on all aspects. Because it's times that, for instance, I got an accident in Costa Rica. And if it would have been bad, I would have been covered because of the travel protection.
So we gotta get the travel, and it's not really that big of an investment either.
It just depends. So now, since COVID, they have two types. They have credit insurance and they have full refund insurance. Credit insurance is typically cheaper due to the fact that they know you're going to come back and book and come back and use it at a later date, compared to full refund when you want all your money back.
Oh, okay.
Like credit insurance, depending on the package, usually start at like $79 per person.
Okay, that's not bad.
Yeah, that covers you for everything.
Okay, that's not bad. And I also saw, because I was nosy on your Instagram, I didn't even know they had this. You're an influencer for a major hotel chain?
Yes, just started last week. Yeah, so Hyatt inclusive property. So when you think of Breathless, Secrets, Dreams, and now the new Hyatt Vivid. So I'm doing influencing for them as well.
Oh, when I grow up, I'm gonna be like you.
And now I'm actually I got another opportunity with another company. I'll be influencing for Alaska in March.
Okay. So, I think people really don't understand the whole breadth and scope of the industry and what you actually can do. So,
oh yes, there's so many different avenues.
Oh, okay, amazing. So now, we were talking before, so I'm gonna be nosy. You got shirts and stuff coming. What direction are we going now? What will we be
So
seeing?
it's just merch for my company. So all of my clients call me the travel plug. So I have like hoodies and t-shirts printed that my clients majority of all my clients order them and wear them on vacation, take pictures and send them to me.
Okay, great. So will we be opening up some franchises in other places soon, or what we doing?
So it won't be franchises, but I do have a team. So I do build my team up. I do have strict requirements, because one of my requirements, like my motto is, if your travel agent doesn't travel, then how can they help you? So all of my agents have to travel, have to have a passport, have to have multiple passport stamps for me to even consider having a conversation with them.
Beautiful.
Because I want you to be able to provide an experience and not just a vacation.
Now, you've mentioned passports a couple of times, and unfortunately, some folks can't get a passport. But that doesn't stop them from traveling. So what's a good destination for somebody to go who can't get a passport?
So if you want to do, you're looking at international, so you can take a cruise. So I'm in Houston, so Galveston, a 4-day cruise will take you to Cozumel. If you want some a little more elaborate, fly to Miami, and you can hit the Bahamas, Dominican Republic. So many different avenues when you fly into Miami, because they're closer to the Caribbean compared to down south. So you have so many avenues. When you go into Miami, you can go any direction. So like I said, Bahamas, Jamaica, Dominican Republic. You can even fly to Puerto Rico and do the Virgin Islands. So many different avenues you can do if you don't have a passport.
No reason to stay home. No reason at all. No reason at all. And one of the first things I did when I got my passport was recently was global entry. Do you recommend those?
Yes. Global entry is a must for me. I have it. My wife has it. I've been encouraging my friends to get it, because I will leave you. I'm not waiting in line. I'm going straight through. I'll see you when you get through. Like when I win my guys trip, I pull their luggage. I'm pull your luggage. I'll be waiting on you.
I ain't mad at you.
It's like $110 for 5 years.
Yes.
It also includes TSA pre-check.
Yes, hey, it's an elitist feeling, but hey, I'm not waiting in that line. So
yeah,
got to go. All righty, there. So I have one more question before I ask you my random question, and it's a segue from the travel industry. I read that you're the oldest of 9 siblings.
Yes.
So answer a age-old question for us. Who has it easier, the oldest or the youngest?
The youngest.
They would agree if they were here?
Yes. Yes.
No doubt. Not even open for conversation.
Yes, the youngest, most definitely.
right. All right. Let me ask you my random question and I will let you go. All right. And I will admit, I have been one of those ones that have forgone travel insurance but now I'm going to have to explore it because I would jump on a plane without no travel insurance. So
yeah.
I'll be better.
But like even like when you start branching off into Europe and something happens, especially you have multiple stops, that's going to be a penalty on every leg of that air. So with insurance, only thing you'll lose is the cost of the insurance. Compared to my last client had a $400 penalty on 3 legs.
Whoa.
Yeah. So it's best to get it because that covers you.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yes, we go. The next time I go, okay, I'll be better. I'll do better. Mr. Williams. Because I have been one of them risk takers. All right. What product would you stockpile if you found out they were not going to sell it anymore?
If they found out they're not going to sell it anymore, for me, it would probably be deodorant.
I ain't going to be musty. That's worse than getting on the plane and you think you're going to sleep and you have that person that wants to sit up and talk the whole flight. Not going to be musty. Okay.
No, ma'am. No.
All righty, sir. Well, tell us how we connect with you if we want to book a flight or just, check out some of your influencer pictures or maybe talk to you about getting into the industry. How do we connect with you?
Okay, I'm on Instagram at Impressive Travels. That's impressive. IMPRESSIVE Travels with an S. Same as TikTok if it still exists after tomorrow. Facebook, Marcus Williams. And our website is www.impressivetravels.com.
Awesome. So looking 5 years, 10 years down the line, we will be having training sessions on how to open up your own travel business and stuff like that.
For sure. If I'm not owning my own host agency at the time.
Speak it to existence.
Yes.
There you go. Well, sir, I truly appreciate you giving me your time. I appreciate what you're doing. Like I said, I think it's really invaluable that people get out and see the world, explore the world. It just sets off so many, light bulbs in your mind. So I truly appreciate the work that you're doing. And the little ones, they get to go and travel and see the world too.
Yes, they do.
Beautiful.
We messed them up. We've let them do first class a few times.
Oh, they are going to be so ahead of the game. They're going to be so ahead of the game. It's so beautiful. Oh, I'm so proud of y'all. So I'm so proud of you. You keep on doing what you do, and hand claps from little old Lana. And thank you so much again for your time.
All right. Thank you so much.
Awesome. That is all for this week's episode of The Male Perspective. I'm your host, Lana Reed, and I will see everybody next time.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Black Men Matter series on The Male Perspective. This podcast is an initiative of Conversations in Color, a 501c3 nonprofit dedicated to uplifting Black voices. Make sure to check out our website, conversationsincolor.org. And be sure to like, share, and subscribe on your favorite podcast platforms. We'll see you on the next episode.